Hey everybody, welcome to the POS Podcast, episode 120. I'm back home now, and we're gonna talk about some things. But first, how's everybody been the past 2 weeks?
Busy.
Great.
Work.
I've been doom scrolling like it's my job. It's fucking sick, bro.
You've been doing what?
Doom scrolling. Have you not heard the term doom scrolling?
Doom scrolling?
No.
What is that?
It's when you go on Twitter and you scroll and see everything bad that's happening and just do that just because you're sadistic and you just want to suffer.
That's why Saber said he was gonna leave Twitter for like a month.
Nope, I'm staying away from it. I actually went back to Tumblr today. Just
Wow.
You might as well just not be anywhere.
All the shit's gone. Only ones who left on my account are a bunch of really cute like cartoon girls and shit posts. And I'm like, Tumblr, hello, it's been a while. Like, this is great. Like,
I love
it. About politics.
I'll check my Tumblr. I'll check my Tumblr every 2 months. I'll scroll for like maybe 15 seconds, and I'll see the post from 2 months ago. I'm like, this site is fucking dead.
It really is.
What was it now? They Verizon bought it for like $1 billion and then sold it for what, like 10 million? It was a massive loss. Massive. Yeah. And it's all because you got rid of the porn. Yeah. I'm just saying. It's like, dude, like, leave it alone. You did not understand your website. Like, just ignore it. Be like, oh, we know what's going on here. It's the internet, whatever.
They ruined 2 websites because they ruined Tumblr and they ruined Twitter because all the worst parts of Tumblr ended up on Twitter. Yeah. So it's like Verizon kills 2 websites at once. Great job, guys.
I've noticed that where I'm like, man, like the Tumblr crowd ran over to Twitter, and I'm like, ugh.
And now a lot of the artists are like moving off of Twitter. They're like, screw this, and they're going to.
It's such a bad platform for art.
Yeah, going to a website called like Pillow Fort.
You have to like pay to make an account on there. I abjectly refuse.
Yeah, though it's like a one-time payment.
Yeah, like, but like that just seems like okay. You're gonna have a bunch of artists who want to use this platform, but like it just inherently makes it that you're going to have less eyeballs on your work than anywhere else because like 90% of people aren't going to pay the fee. So it's just like, it's just an artist circle jerk at that point. Like a literal pillow for it. I'm just like, all right, guys, it's not going to work.
I'm going to grab one real fast.
Are artists just going to have to go back to DeviantArt?
Yeah.
Update the website design. I guess it's pretty contentious though. Yeah.
I hate the website design. Oh.
I've always hated the green though, so I like that it's black. I like the black and gray color scheme, but I haven't used it enough.
Yeah, because I use it occasionally for stuff. So anyways, like it's just like they had the option before where it was like you can choose to go back to the old version. And I was just like, well, I prefer the old version because I can see where everything is. And then like they were like, oh no, fuck that. You're updating completely. This is what it is now. And it's just like, well, fine, fuck it. And then like I haven't gotten used to it because I only go on it like once every like 3 weeks or something like that for good stuff.
On there, it seemed very like style over substance because the navigation and just general like spatial layout of everything seems very bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But, I don't know. There's really no good site for art. Like if you're gonna be a professional, if you want to build a portfolio, you go on ArtStation. But for everybody else, it's just like I guess I just have to work with Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
Jax, what have you been up to?
Working. My new thing just came out this week, so that's cool. My new program, that's gonna be awesome. I have a whole bunch of new clients that I'm training in online coaching, which is super cool. And yeah, just same old, just working. Been playing the hell out of Maneater. That is a fun game. That is just you just turn your brain off and fucking eat people. That is just a fun game to do. That is awesome.
That reminds me of that other game came out today, Beyond Blue. Which that one's more that's more like of a diving like simulator thing, but but it has like a narrative to it, so it's basically Endless Ocean 3 for me. So I'll have to pick that up.
Nice.
What about you, Hero? What have you been doing?
Literally nothing of interest, man. Wow, that boring. Really, I've been working and like crying these past few weeks. Have been just awful for work.
Are you okay?
Oh my god, not even really, but I'm making it through.
We're here for you, bro.
All right, like it's not like that kind of bad. It's not
Okay.
like but like I've been overworking a lot recently. But yeah, it's
take your time,
just,
bro.
It's just this particular project, which is just Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, man. I get that. Well, we're here whenever you need to vent.
Thank you. Oh, and yesterday I spoke with Jax. There's an anime that I came across, and I was like, "Yo, this looks cool." Called what was it called? The God of High School.
Yeah, God of High School.
Apparently it's a Korean webcomic.
Yeah, it's an awesome webcomic. It's basically like, go ahead.
No, there's some guy that I went to the YouTube comments, and some guy just said it perfectly. He's like, "Is this just about motherfuckers throwing hands? I'm in." Like that's it, right? Like, yes.
Then you would love like Kengan Ashura and Baki and other stuff like that because that's all that is. Yeah, but like,
no, I was watching the preview. I was like, that's some real fighting. That's not like one and done punches. That's like so popular in shonen.
Yeah,
it's like some real fighting happening. That's
it's
nice.
It's pretty much just like Naruto choreography all the way through. So it's like, well, when they actually do their choreography.
When they actually do the choreography.
Yeah.
Like in that one fight that somehow lost to a My Hero Academia fight in the anime awards.
Which was stupid.
I'm not sure how.
Ridiculous. No, it's just because it's the hype thing of just like My Hero Academia. Everyone loves My Hero Academia. I was like, oh God, My Hero Academia.
I was like, but yo, that choreography though, what? You guys not here with me? Is it because it's Boruto? That is because it's Boruto.
Yeah, probably. It was Boruto and also just the My Hero Academia hype of just that year. Because like with God of High School, I feel like that's gonna get like a lot of love because like for the longest time there was like I think a fan trailer of that back in like I want to say 2017 or something like that of like when it was being developed or like if they were actually making an anime because like pretty much like the main character is like a fusion of Goku and Rock Lee and it's like freaking just great to see this character just go through and like I'm not gonna spoil anything. He does something like that subverts your expectations of a character when certain things happen to him. I was just like, oh my God, that is a really fresh take. I like that. And then like, I just been reading it. Like I've been reading for a while and yeah, it's really good. The fight scenes are really good. There's a lot of likable characters. It's really badass. So I'm super excited, especially the trailer. Like Hero showed me that trailer. I was just like, they're making this? I was like, what are you freaking what? It's just like, oh my God, it's going to be hype. It's going to be super hype. Ugh.
Tom, besides doom scrolling, what else have you been doing?
I've just been, working on game stuff, working on art stuff. I went through a 3D course on my CG subscription. I did some digital sculpting. And I made this cool Paleo, you'd like it. They made the final exercise for the course was making a shark.
Awesome.
So I sculpted this shark. I'll put it in the chat.
Do.
But I'm learning how to do like high poly, like not baby stuff anymore. It's pretty fucking nuts.
Hey, look at that underbite. What kind of shark is that, Paleo?
God, it's so much harder to run than your PS2 polys.
Oh,
that was like a billion in there.
This is like.
Oh yeah, that's a lot more.
Can't fucking run that.
This is like 32 times more polygons than Izumi, and that's after I optimized the mesh.
What runs this? Xbox One can run this, I'm sure.
Well, here's the thing. Like the reason, like for this is kind of like going back we were talking about with Unreal Engine 5, right? So like I just sculpted it out of like digital clay, and so I'd have to like remake it and retopologize it to run in any game engine because the mesh is just. I was learning about it. It's doing this thing called dynamic topology. And so it just like, as you touch it with the clay, it just like makes everything more dense in that area so you can add detail to it. So the mesh is like a nightmare. Like it couldn't animate at all. It's just like triangles all over the place and disgusting.
It looks freaking cool though.
It's as long as you're just doing like a sculpture, it works fine. But as soon as you want to make it move, it's like, haha, you gotta make it again.
Are there any bones in it, like whatsoever?
No, it's just a sculpture.
It's just a sculpture.
Yeah,
sharks don't have bones; they have cartilage.
Oh my God! Kick him! I not to waste time. Like, give me a one sentence answer. Tom, how do you feel about UV mapping?
worst thing ever made.
It's the worst thing ever made.
I can't believe it's been like 3 decades or whatever since like 3D became like real, and we haven't been like, let's make this not terrible.
Not as like a painful process. I agree. I hated it.
It's the worst. It's a nightmare. It's so bad.
What about you, Saber?
Working on videos. You were visiting not too long ago, so I was hanging out with you.
Yeah, I just got back on Friday.
Man, Patches, he grew so much.
Or Thursday, I mean. Yeah. He's grown a bit. He's about the size that Salem was when I first got him.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, just working on video stuff, doing some other outside activities. Not like outside. Well, I guess like I'm running outside. Still doing the keto stuff, trying to. And then
hell yeah.
Oh gosh.
I planted some lavender in the backyard, and it's actually like I thought it was dead, but it's starting to bloom, and I'm like, whoa! I gardened. That's awesome. So that's a good feeling. 3 of the 4 have lived, and though I'm thinking about getting myself one of those nature cams because the bird feeder every night something shows up and cleans it out, and there's no shells left at the bottom, so it's not birds because birds ship and they leave remains. Even the chipmunks, you can see them digging things up. I think it's a raccoon. Because I had some cat food that was outside too, and that was gone. I'm like, that has to be a raccoon. Those greedy assholes. It has to be them. So I might get myself a nature cam and just put it out there one night and just see what happens.
Yep.
It could be deer. Maybe it's deer. Maybe they're putting their snouts in there and looking it out. I don't know.
Cool.
Or maybe it's a neighbor stealing bird seed. Ever so valuable.
Like you have one of those like. There's like
hilarious.
You finally put the cam out there. It's just you sleepwalking, doing it yourself.
It's like that King of the Hill episode where like Bill is going through the trash and then like you see the eyes like light up like deers when he looked at this.
All right. So before we get into topics, I wanted to say there's a couple of announcements. First of all, Toon Clash. If you've watched this channel for Toon Clash before, we're actually going to have a new Toon Clash, but it's not going to be on this channel because I'm moving all of the Toon Clash episodes onto the POS Podcast channel, which is in the description of this live stream. And you can go to subscribe to that if you haven't already, because that's where all the POS Podcast episodes are uploaded, and all the Toon Clash episodes are going to be uploaded there. I'm re-uploading all the old ones at the moment. But within the next few months, we're going to be recording some new ones, and the next one is actually going to be on Disney cartoons, which there's a very long list that I had to go through and put it on a poll. So I just put the poll in the chat there. So if you want to vote for your favorite Disney cartoons, vote for as many as your favorites as you want. And we'll pick the top 16, and that'll be the next Toon Clash. We're also after that we're going to be doing the best of the decade after the Disney one. The Disney one probably won't be out until like September, since I'm uploading all the old ones, and then the decade one probably won't be out until like a little bit after that. So yeah, we already have the top 16 for the decade though, because we were originally going to do that at MomoCon, but then the virus happened. So we'll actually record that.
That'll be super fun.
All right, so
let's not use our biases.
Yeah, we'll have to see which cartoons are up against.
Look at Cosmo, like just all 3 of us, just like no, we got that. Oh man.
So yeah. First topic, HBO Max came out.
Oh, it's out finally?
Yeah. It came out when I was at Saber's place. It came out on the 20th.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but me and Saber were watching some of the stuff on it. Mostly old school Looney Tunes, because it has a lot of it.
So much fun.
Yeah, because it has a lot of the shorts and very high quality on there, and a lot of the old Looney Tunes are still like really funny.
Oh yeah, they're still hold up. Like there was one I watched like a couple days ago, just because I don't know, it was just on the sidebar, like you're just scrolling through YouTube and then you just see something on the sidebar. And it was one where like Bugs was going to get gold from some casino in like the West. And then like this guy is trying to steal his gold from him, but like Bugs is trolling him the entire time, but acting oblivious to it. And then he's just like he keeps like trolling the guy. And he's like, okay, so we're gonna play this card with like I forget what it is. Something you have to have the biggest I think it's poker. Yeah, I think it was poker or something like that. And he was just like, we have to play this card game, and whoever has the biggest hand wins. So like this is how we play the card. And so when whoever have the biggest hand, and then Bugs like freaking blows up his glove, and then like he has like literally the biggest hand. And so he's like, and so this is how you win, see? And then he looks over and sees Bug blew up his glove, and then he just goes, cut it out, can't you? And he just freaking like just loses his shit. I love that crap. It was hilarious. Oh god, that was hilarious.
There's something about like the old school like screaming that is just hilarious.
No,
because,
it just
like,
seems
because
organic.
It's like the low quality of it.
It's
it
the low
sounds
quality
funny.
of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's different, but yeah, it just sounds.
There has to be something like, I know these people have passed away, but like the fact that you made something that still is getting laughs nowadays, that's a testament that you were doing something right.
You made a timeless property.
Well, I there's some of the like the Looney Tunes stuff where I'm like, okay, it's slapstick. I'm not really getting it. I like it when it gets meta though, or when it gets like breaks the fourth wall. Like Tom is like, something's burning. Hey, something is burning here. Like his voice changes. I think Tom has like over. We talked about this, Paleo. He's like a dozen voices. They just go around. They're like, whatever voice, who cares? I love that. Tom's hilarious.
It's just so good. Oh god.
There's like a lot of like old school animation, HBO Max with like Tom and Jerry. They have Looney Tunes. They have Popeye. A lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff on there. And even like some of the because for Looney Tunes, I noticed that Ryan said they have Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries. I was like, oh, okay, like that's something that's on there. As far as like new content goes, we did watch some of the new Looney Tunes that they had on there.
Is that any good?
It's weird because like I have mixed feelings about it because the animation is really great, but the jokes don't always land for me.
It's like it's missing something. It's kind of hard to say. It's almost like they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
And I think it's amazing what they pulled off because visually, like someone on Twitter was like a while back was like, "Hey, yeah, this sucks," and it's like, no, you know what you're talking about. It's gorgeous, but yeah, just the energy of the characters. It almost feels like a step down from original Looney Tunes. I know the original stuff inspired them, but there's something missing. I can't really see it, quantify it at the moment, but something's missing. It's not as sharp. I think that's the way I'm thinking of this. It almost feels like meh slapstick versus like the on-point slapstick of the original Looney Tunes.
Or how does it compare to? I guess. Well, you're saying like it doesn't. Because the Looney Tunes show in 2011 that was pretty funny. Like how would you compare it? Because so
that was a different kind of sharpness. That wasn't slapstick.
Yeah, the 2011 Looney Tunes show was like doing a completely different take on it.
Yeah. Like the whole thing, freaking, what was his name? What's Sam, right?
Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam, where he had to go to court because he kept firing guns, and he's just like, "No, I got all my guns taken away. I can't use them anymore. I need you to give me them back." And he
that's the thing. It's more like fourth wall breaking, more meta, and a drier sense of humor. Like the fact that Yosemite Sam going to court, you wouldn't really see that in the old school Looney Tunes. Yeah, but like. I
saw something interesting that somebody posted on Twitter of a clip of I don't want to say a pilot, but like a prototype version of the 2011 Looney Tunes, and it was eerily similar to the 2013 Mickey Mouse. Because like they even had like Bugs with like a ukulele, and it was like,
oh
nice. It's like this seems like it would have been the 2013 Mickey Mouse, which is fantastic. So I'm wondering like where Looney Tunes would be right now if they went that direction with the 2011 Looney Tunes.
It's interesting because like the Mickey Mouse shorts, that was them overhauling Mickey entirely, and that was great. Because we talked about the Paleo, how like Mickey for the longest time had like no personality outside of I'm the good guy, like I'm the Boy Scout corporate mascot. Versus like I know he's a bit more of a rapscallion back in the old days, but like Bugs Bunny has so much more personality than Mickey Mouse, so much more.
Yeah.
But they've done a good job with the recent edition with the Mickey Mouse shorts. And that is a good combo of slapstick humor, but also like modern humor. I see. I'm having a hard time also quantifying that. Like, I guess
it's nice because Mickey is like in a thing, like ever. That's nice.
I like that. He's actually good at it. I think it's dialogue. I think that's what seals the deal with a lot of modern like comedy, like for cartoons, is like just the exchange. Like when Mickey's like, ah! And he runs up and he's like, what happened? That was funny. I guess just the overreaction and the what happened. That was great. you wouldn't see that in the old school stuff. So that's like humor evolving. I don't know. The Bugs Bunny or the Looney Tunes stuff doesn't have that at the moment. I feel like it's lacking on that front. But I don't know. I've only watched like 4. So I gotta watch some more.
Yeah,
right.
I'll have to watch the rest of them. Because there are still some jokes that are pretty funny, but like it doesn't hit like as hard as when we were watching the old stuff.
Right.
The old stuff is hilarious. Porky Pig was surprisingly funny. I even told Paleo there are some parts where like these old school Looney Tunes are so predictable in a good way. Where I told Paleo, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be an airplane. Yep, there it is. There's the
Yeah.
Like, I've seen this.
So another thing I watched there, I only watched one episode of it though, was the Not So Late Show with Elmo. Which I only watched one of because the first guest was Jimmy Fallon. I was like, oh.
Oh, you really don't like that lad, do you?
It's not funny.
Really, he comes up when I'm talking with you, like more often than I would than for anyone else. Like, Jimmy Fallon. I was like, great. Like, Jimmy, we talked about him like last week.
Freaking can't believe it.
Well, Jimmy Fallon's normie humor, so you know.
Yeah.
Not for everybody.
Very normie core.
Normie core.
Normie core.
I like that.
That's good.
Yeah, but the Elmo thing where
podcast.
Like there are some things like, I mean, it's Sesame Street stuff, so I'm not like too interested in it since, yeah, that's for like the parents with younger children or whatever.
Damn, Ryan's gonna come beat you up.
But well, it's true. Like I don't watch Sesame Street as an adult with no children.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, you missing out on some hype shit. Freaking Cookie Monster, yo, man, it is fantastic.
Did you see the Cookie Monster arc though?
Yeah, he went from eating just vegetables and becoming the Veggie Monster.
I'm not saying Sesame Street is bad or anything.
You heard it here, folks. Paleo hates Sesame Street.
I watched it as a kid too.
Wow.
He's not invited to Sesame
Paleo hates Sesame Street. He wants to defund PBS. He thinks it's a waste of taxpayer money. Confirmed. Alt-right. Horrible.
Embarrassing, man.
Anyway, other things. One thing I do appreciate for HBO Max is that they have a lot of classic movies on there. When we were looking through the different movies that they have on there, I was like, oh, there's a lot of stuff on here that is a lot older, like not from just the past 2 decades.
Paleo.
Huh?
I noticed something. I was watching the Hobbit movie on there, and it says it will only be available until July something. And I'm like, oh, so some of this stuff won't stay on here. It's rotating. I know that Netflix does that, but I'm like, that was really fast after your initial release, and you're already pulling things back a month after.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is because of some of the HBO stuff. Because I noticed there were some also Disney movies that are on there from HBO, and not from Warner Brothers. So
how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
contracts has to be contracts that they didn't realize. That's the funniest thing.
Fucking weird enigma that makes no sense to me.
I remember in 2015 when we had those like Disney and other companies are like, give that back. We're done here. We're keeping that. We're going to do our own streaming service. Took them long enough. I think it was Disney. Once they released it, everybody else was like, oh shit, where's our streaming site?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I do like a lot of the content that they have on there, because they have a lot of content for animation, and also classic movies. But the launch has been pretty weird for people, since it's not available on Roku or Amazon Fire Stick at the moment. I'm not sure if it's on. I know it's Roku. It's not. I'm not sure about Amazon and Fire Stick at the moment. But yeah. So they've been getting some flack for that. For just the availability of it. But yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if the asking price is worth it. So we'll have to wait and see about that.
I just say I have like an ethical problem with what's going on with streaming services right now. Like, we're like willingly helping these companies rebuild cable online after Netflix was like by itself such a destructive force.
But it's not exactly like cable. There's a fantastic video from Shadowstreak. It's titled "Are There Too Many Streaming Services?" and he goes over the reasons why, like, it's even if there are going to be a lot of streaming services, it's still not going to be as bad as cable.
Because cable became a monopoly. It will escalate over time. They will. Yeah.
They're just going to be more, and they're going to get more expensive.
Yeah.
It's gonna get worse. I can't wait.
Get me eye patch.
We gotta have like a poll or like a fucking like pool right now. Which streaming service is gonna crack first and start putting like hardcore commercials in there?
They already do.
Who's gonna do it?
Hulu's
like different, I guess. I mean, but like the big players. I don't consider Hulu a big player, but like
that's gonna be hard because kids nowadays coming in, they're like, why does this commercial last for? Like, I mean, the commercials we went through when we were kids. Oh God, I'm gonna sound so old. Are nothing compared to.
Oh boy.
Attention span.
Our commercials were like 3 or 4 minute gaps versus kids who are like this 30-second commercials killing me. I can't even skip it. And it's like, bro,
you gotta use the type while you're doing this. You gotta really sell the old.
When I was your age, we watched commercials and we enjoyed it. Skip it.
Let me tell you something. There was this hilarious commercial about an Eggo waffle girl who had a monster face. It was the funniest thing I ever seen. You shut up, little girl. All right.
I tell you, every time that kablow pop goes perfection, I shit myself badly.
The chat is mentioning streaming services I haven't even heard of right now, and it's just making my case more terrifying in my own brain. I'm telling you, there's one streaming service. It's called the Pirate Bay. Everyone needs to use that. It has the best prices, has the biggest selections. Nothing ever leaves.
Yeah.
This kid.
Ethical piracy.
Ethical piracy. Okay, Luffy.
Yeah.
Did you all see that one picture of some guy kicking like a riot, like cop shield? And the guy is like wearing blue shorts and he's got like a Luffy hat on and he kicked the shield.
I did see that.
Did you see the one of the guy who pretty much, like, I thought it was Seth Rogen because they overlapped his laugh to it. And like what happened is like the guy was in like England or something like that. And a cop tried to come up and like push him over. And he like clotheslined him and knocked him on his ass. And then he runs away and he starts laughing like, but someone, because he looks so much like Seth Rogen, someone overlapped Seth Rogen's laugh like, and when he was like running away, just like him. Like it looked so much like, I thought it was him. I gotta find that.
There was a cathartic video I saw today where it had, I see cathartic, doesn't make sense. It was a good one where it had like this cop chasing around a protester with a taser. And he's like, you're under arrest. And the protester's like, I'm on public property, leave me alone. And this other cop's like, what the fuck are you doing to the other officer? And what scares me is the other officer is like turning off his body cam. And I'm like, bro, that can't happen. Stop that. There has to be more punishment for that. That is not really good.
No, seriously, it should. There was also a go, and this will be the last time I bring it up, but like there was this great one of these like fucking like police officers trying to arrest this black man, and he's like, "Look at my ID," and it turned out he was an FBI officer. And
I saw that,
and it was just like, so I was like, "You dumbass, you dumbass!"
The look on his face where he's like, "You all are fucking stupid."
Yeah, you're so stupid. What the fuck's wrong with you? You're so stupid.
I outrank you.
Yeah, I outrank you by a margin.
I am the manager.
You don't work for the government. FBI.
Yeah.
FBI.
But back to
with aliens.
streaming.
Back to that.
Yeah,
We got horrifically derailed.
Back to streaming. I like cartoons.
Shut up.
Dolphins are awesome.
Don't make me come back there.
Rats are amazing, but dolphins are better.
Oh my god.
I love you.
We literally watched a movie about body shaming last night.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Pelly was like, "There's nothing more tragic than a fat woman with small breasts." I'm like, Did we just watch a movie about body shaming? Pelly was like, "I got no time for this."
Why do you always give me nasally voices? I don't even sound like that.
You don't. That's the closest I can get to.
Just give him the Timmy voice. Call it a day.
The what?
You're right.
The Timmy voice. Saber's Timmy
Oh yeah,
voice.
yeah.
The one that he hasn't done in years.
You dusted an oldie, my friend. Jesus.
Right.
Oh god.
And the last time that was used, it was in Brony Breakdown.
Jesus Christ.
In the mid-afternoon.
But fuck you, Paleo. Yeah, continue.
Anyway, streaming. I was gonna bring something up because, like, yeah, Pirate Bay, yeah, like I can get whatever I want off the internet. Like it's mainly just, I guess, a service thing, because for and against cable, that is, as far as like streaming services against cable, because for cable you're locked into contracts, and that sucks. With streaming services, you can just cancel whenever you want, which is a lot better.
Cable had it so good for so long.
Dead now, though. Or they will be soon. They're dead when the boomers are dead.
It's kind of it's the bittersweet thing, because as we all know, like all these streaming services are right now going through the investment phase, where they're like, we need high quality stuff. It's kind of like when Nickelodeon was competing in Cartoon Network, and they're all putting out higher quality stuff to kind of bring in the viewers. And then after like a decade, it just yoink.
Yeah.
Steven Universe shows up and just ruined everything.
Like we'll see what it's like a decade from now with all of these.
I'm assuming what'll probably happen, this is my prediction, because this is what happens with all technology. We're in the boom period right now. Everybody and their grandmother has to have their own streaming services. 2 will become the dominant platforms, and then all of these studios will charge like expansion passes. So like if you want to access CBS programs on Netflix, you have to pay an extra $5 a month on top of the base subscription.
Hulu is already like that with Stars and HBO and stuff.
It's gonna happen. There'll be like there'll be 2 major ones, a third one that only like nerds know about, and that'll be it. And they'll all go up in price, and it'll be shit, just like everything else.
The Virgin Hulu, the Chad Curiosity Stream.
Is that your favorite meme on the planet?
Yeah, I like the Chad Virgin. Oh god, I like the Virgin versus Chad.
Stupid.
I am stupid. I'm a virgin. No, I like the.
So mean.
I like the Virgin.
Did you not see him making fun of me?
I just wanted to know where the bus stop was.
Oh my god, Hero, no. Fuck that guy. You stole Arnold's football. Fuck off.
Genuinely though, Virgin versus Chad is great because it's like just weird and complicated enough to apply it in a template where it keeps out the normies. That's why I love it. It's normie proof, and I love that. Can't just copy paste it. Can't.
It's widely applicable for sure.
Let's see, Sesame Street. Okay, I was gonna do a segue.
I have a Chad tank top, by the way.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Once again, congratulations.
The cosplay is not complete unless you stuff Saber.
But yeah, moving on. Apparently, this is another thing, because yeah, there's another streaming service from Apple, and
right, Apple Plus or Apple TV Plus, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and I was bringing up Sesame Street because apparently they're doing a Fraggle Rock for Apple TV, which if you're a Jim Henson fan, it sucks for you because like all the Jim Henson stuff is on separate streaming services.
Yeah,
that's my point. It's a nightmare. It's turning into a hellscape.
Yeah, wait, is a Sesame Street stream?
No, I was saying like it sucks for Jim Henson fans because like all of the Jim Henson stuff is on separate streams.
You could have just said it sucks for Jim Henson fans and just stop right there.
Just stop. Oh no.
They're all 12 of them are very passionate.
Ryan is going to come beat you, and so is Nesca. Both of them.
Nesca, Ryan, and Sarah. All three of them.
And Sarah, yes.
They're gonna come at your.
Don't talk shit about Fraggle Rock.
Renestra is coming in for you.
They sent something.
Oh my god! Can we please call them as a team? Just call them Renestra, please.
Renestra.
Yeah.
Renestra. That actually sounds good. Renestra. Form Renestra. That's fucking some Kamen Rider shit.
All four of the people here that know what Kamen Rider is.
Yeah.
So is everybody else's hair getting really long because we haven't had haircuts in forever?
Correct.
Oh, absolutely. It's a nightmare.
I got this thing going on right here.
At least your hair looks presentable. Like mine, just like if I take this hat off, it's not good. Yeah, it's
my
not.
barber.
Does any black person actually like their widow's peak? Like any of them?
I do because I do because my mom. Like to me, like I keep it just as like to honor my mom. I don't know. That's what it is. And for me, like that's how I've always seen it. It's just like, I want something to show how I. Also, it reminds me of Vegeta. So
there's a guy on my who would always be like, whenever I take pictures, he's like, "Man, you're going bald." And I'm like,
"Who said that?"
Oh, it was weird. It's weird because the guy is typically very nice. I'm not gonna name drop him, but like every time I take a picture,
Paleo.
Yeah, Paleo.
No, he said usually very nice. This is what he said.
Oh, you're right.
He's a really nice person. No, it's just like I'm like, bro, like I don't care if I even do go bald because it's in the family, but like I don't see it. I feel like I'm doing okay.
Hey, you're not bald at all,
right.
Dude. You're fine. First off, it doesn't matter. Like just bald, shave your head, like, and then grow a goatee. Doesn't fucking matter. There you go. Perfect look for anyone.
Whenever I see anyone with a bald head, I'm like, you've lived life, huh?
Yeah. I mean, well, for us here, we're black, so it doesn't really affect us.
When we go bald, I'm just like, yeah, I'm black. Like, what did you?
Yeah, I'm black. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
What's gonna happen?
It's just like, we do this intentionally at times. This is what the fuck. Yeah, it's just like.
I've known since I was in kindergarten. Well, I guess everyone knows since they're in kindergarten that they're going to go bald. But...
Well, like there actually is because my friend. I've talked to him recently. He did this thing that I'm surprised that more people don't do it, but like he has like this thing where he like massages his scalp in a certain way with like aloe vera or something like that. He's been doing it since he was 25, right? Because that's when he started to notice his hair was losing, and him doing that every day, like after he brushed his teeth. Like his hair is thicker than it was, and it's not like he had money to get a hair transplant or anything. So it's just like. Massage your scalp, people. Get the blood flow going. There you go. Yes, if it's really that big a deal.
I've got 1990s haircut now. Where it goes right down the middle, right, Paleo? That's what we're talking about.
What the fuck are you doing, Saber? What's that bag?
my new haircut.
Like
you look like that fucking
Don
guy.
Bluth Pro Tag haircut right now.
Right? You look like that fucking guy from like Office Space. Like I asked for my tie, and this could be fucking
Stephen
bullshit.
Root?
Yeah, was that his name?
Yeah, he's the voice of Bill from.
That's the actor.
Oh yeah. Bill 3.
Anything your heart desires.
All right.
You're doing like a fucking Aaron Carter shit right now.
Not him.
That's how I beat Shaq.
Heart stealing jackass.
I So next thing with I guess continuing with the Jim Henson thing. Apparently, there is a sequel to Labyrinth in the works, directed by Scott Derrickson. I'm not sure what he's done. Apparently, he passed on doing the sequel to Doctor Strange. There's a creative difference.
That's what they call it, creative differences. And Spark.
It's being written by Maggie Levin, wrote and directed Into the Dark and My Valentine for.
You're saying names I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
You sure are saying things.
Hey, I had like none of my own stories this time around, so everything's from Ryan. That's why there's so much about Jim Henson.
And then Jim Henson. Did you know that Jim
on the job?
I don't want to brag or anything, but I thought about watching She-Ra today.
Yeah, you were watching.
And then I realized why. I've been spoiled already. What's the point?
No.
It's about the journey, my man.
She-Ra, fucking Tom. We should talk about She-Ra because there's two things that really bothered me.
Uh-oh.
No, it was a decent
You
show.
mentioned it on Twitter, right? We already kind of hashed this out a little bit on Twitter. And by hash out, I mean you said it.
I want to talk in depth about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm emotionally invested enough to push back on anything you might say.
I don't want it. I don't know. I just want to vent.
Isn't that such a mood, though? It's like, you want to talk about it, but I'm like, man, you're going to say some things, and I'm just going to be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to attack you or anything. I just want
That's fine. I'm just saying, like, I'm just going to sit here and be like, yeah. Yeah. And that's going to be pretty much the end of it.
All I'm going to say is that He-Man Hey Ya Ya song is better than all of She-Ra. I'm just saying.
Well, I agree.
That's more a testament to the video.
Should I forget about topics and just go on to Q&A?
Why? Are they bad?
No, but no. Like, you guys keep, like, derailing. Like,
I'm sorry.
I just don't care about Jim Henson because I don't know anything about it.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
What's next? What's next on the chopping block? We can shotgun through this and then we can rant about She-Ra.
This is something that will interest Saber. The Seth Green cut of Mars Needs Moms that appeared out of nowhere.
For those who don't know, Seth Green did motion capture and provided a voice for a child actor or for a child character in Mars Needs Moms. And after they filmed it and did a recording, they were like, nah, doesn't work. His voice isn't a kid voice. And I agree with that, actually. That was a good call. It's one of the few moments where I'm like, the executives were correct. And they replaced his voice. They dubbed it over with a kid voice actor. That was more appropriate. Though it's weird because you see Seth Green's pseudo motion capture face in the character. And it's like, I see like a homunculi Seth Green character running around on the screen. By the way, someone asked us once, what's our favorite like fancy word? Homunculi. That's a good one.
Not even homunculus. It has to be plural.
Yes.
It must be plural. Okay.
Homunculi.
A little bit more pinky out that way.
Gotcha.
I like Leviathan.
That's cool though.
Cool. Leviathan.
That's a good one. That's been kicking around since the Bible days. But yeah, oh no, that's not true.
It's horrible. Leviathan is at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know. That just sounds cool. Leviathan.
Oh, Paleo and I watched a bunch. We watched Walking with Dragons when he was hanging out.
Is that better than Walking with Dinosaurs?
No, it's called it has a lot of names. It's not called Walking with Dragons though. That's not
Flying
one of the titles.
Flying with Dragons.
No. No, it's either called Dragons, The Last Dragon, or Dragon's World, and it's always with the subtitle A Fantasy Made Real.
Well, we watched it and it was cracking me up because part of that had like this like pseudo narration that's trying to feign like what if it was reality? Well, they'll present it as reality, and the main guy is like a Matrix wannabe with some Matrix music in the background. Even at the end, he had a leather
he had a trench coat.
And it's like, oh, bro, come on.
Yeah,
like,
it's something I'm gonna be doing a video on next month.
Haley had some really good topics he was researching. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say when you very clearly wear your references on your sleeve.
Make schlock be cool.
Yeah.
There were a lot. There's good to say about Steven Universe. Its references is not one of the good things to say.
Yeah.
I was like, please stop. I also watch anime. I know. Thank you.
Like the end of Evangelion reference where it's just pizza. Come on, man. That was so clever. It's like they redrew the thing, but worse and with pizza. And they, it's like Rebecca Sugar just like looked at the camera in her vlog, was like, and then the episode just continued. You're like,
well, Rebecca's very much so a product of like anime and other influences. That's fine. Okay, go ahead. I was going to derail. Never mind. All right, what's the next on the docket?
Apparently, they're going to be Aardman is going to be making a augmented Wallace and Gromit story, like augmented reality.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah.
how are you gonna watch it? You gonna watch it through your iPhone?
I would guess like with your phone or something.
That could be dumb.
Can I speaking of augmented reality, so it's cool to see VR being used right now in so many different ways. But a really cool way that I haven't mentioned to you all yet, there's a really cool World War I VR experience where you can actually walk through the trenches and you're there. Like you are walking through a
Oh gosh, is that what you want to do though?
Possibly. It's one of those things where it's like if you don't want to know the horrors of World War I don't blame you, then don't do it. But like apparently it's a really immersive, terrifying experience where it's like, because it's the human experience. It's something we can't quantify. And to walk through a trench and see like all the horrors of war, it really gives you a different perspective. Not for everybody, but like that's something where I'm like, that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, humans are pretty cool with our technology. That's pretty fucking cool. So I know they're taking the exhibit around to different major cities. Well, they were, but I don't know. I just want to share it with you all because it's technically like bringing World War I through VR animation to life. It's pretty cool.
We need more things like that to sell everybody on VR.
VR, World War I experience, VR porn at the top. You know, good luck.
Yeah, you know. I mean, the Japanese are working on it.
But yeah, this Wallace and Gromit thing, apparently it'll be accessible to people at home with a smartphone.
Is it like an interactive thing or an animation?
Yeah. It seems like it's going to be like some kind of interactive thing, but it's using like CG animation, which is kind of weird because it's Wallace and Gromit. He's known for like the stop motion, but I'm not sure how you could do that much stop motion with like augmented reality though.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be very impossible. I guess you'd have to you'd have to do stop motion with like a 360 cam. And have it like dynamically track or something. Let's not. Let's just use 3D. Let's not say we did.
Yeah. More animation news. Something that me and Hero actually watched was Pokemon put out like an old school style like golden era animation short. It was very interesting.
It was very strange.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it was just like, this is not what I was expecting to do today, but here it is, I guess.
And apparently they're interested in doing more. So
I'm down.
I'd like to see other Pokemon in that style. Because this one was Scraggy and Mimikyu in that animation.
Literally who?
God, what a boomer. Go back to your pipe.
Dang. Like no one mentioned it, but you just had to. You weren't gonna let it go.
No, I gotta.
No.
I forgot I had this. I've been chewing on it. I like putting phallic things in my mouth. What can I say?
I mean, you're wearing a pink shirt and you just did your hair on camera for like 20 minutes, so.
So that means. Wow, maybe not actually. Never mind. Sorry. Like when you're gonna say something and you're like, I'm on the internet. That's a terrible idea.
You're about to get canceled, bro. Be careful.
I can't. Can you get canceled if no one follows you? I don't know. Like,
yes, you can.
Okay.
Basically, what they do is they expose your bullshit to the world. You gain an infamous following, and then you're crushed under it.
Or they try to find your employer and get you fired.
It's like that one lady who said.
Yes.
It's like that one lady who said something like a dumb tweet. Nobody knew about her. She got on a plane, and then when she got off the plane, she realized everyone in the world hated her for this tweet because it went viral while she was in the air. Yeah.
Nice.
You think modern humans are petty? There was literally a moment where a pope put a dead pope on trial because he was that pissed off at them. Humans have always been petty. We suck.
We
Guilty.
Didn't we more or less do that with Michael Jackson? It's like the lad is perished. What do you want anymore? Like,
gotta kill that legacy too.
It's his legacy. It's probably principle they've argued on, and also if he has an estate that still exists, then maybe getting some reparations. I don't know, but
is it actually about the person?
Here's a question for you all. So in light of my absence from Twitter, I'm pulling back. Okay, I told myself I'm gonna stay away.
And then you got on anyways.
Like twice. I've had a few relapses, but fortunately, I wasn't looking at the general news feed as much as seeing why people hate Zootopia right now, and I discovered why. But
why? I missed this completely.
She's a cop. Judy's a cop.
She's
and people are like, "Fuck Judy Hopps. Fuck Zootopia," and I'm like, "Race, don't look. Race, don't look. Race looks." But that's an entire mess. I'm not going to address that. But I ask you all this: do you all think the human mind is actually like? 'Cause I mean, I know as far as human evolution goes, we kind of hit a point where our technology, our intelligence, outpaces natural evolution. So, were we ever ready for something this broad to have this much news at you all at the same time?
No, I literally. Maybe I've had this conversation with you before. I feel like I have with most everyone. I just think humans are not. We're not meant to be this connected and know all of the bad things all of the time. It's too much for our brains to handle. I genuinely believe that.
So we're outpacing evolution with our own technology, therefore self.
I feel like
I would argue
like evolution is like over. I don't think like humans are really evolving anymore
I
anyway.
talked to Tyler about that. About are we going to ever evolve again, like deliberately?
Evolution is over.
Transhumanism's the next stage in evolution. We're gonna have to do it with technology.
That's what Paleo said.
Yeah.
Robot bodies, my dude. I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm so down.
I'll be honest with you.
So I did want to argue against what Hero said though about like taking in that much information at a time, because I would say on the other side, taking in too little information can make somebody completely ignorant.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
There has to be like a balance.
I never argued against that. Yeah, please watch news, but
I feel like the difference is that like if you're taking in too little information, that's a problem with like you're developing as a person, but too much is like we're talking about like that's like a biological like problem where like our brains and like the way our just like senses work are just overwhelmed by all that extra stimulation.
I feel like one of the hardest points to reach for modern humans is realizing you're being barraged with information. You have to acknowledge that. You have to also acknowledge that the majority of this information has a narrative it's trying to follow. So you question it. And also it's okay to make mistakes and like reassess yourself. So I see so many folks on Facebook who are like, I am this way. Like only this information is correct. And I'm like, bro, you are sold out on a very specific narrative. And that scares me. It's almost like you can't even question anything else.
Right. Everybody should hold any opinion sacrosanct.
That scares me. And also we get completely roasted because I feel like all of us are pretty neutral. Where we're like, we know both sides or any extreme on any side is like, that's too much. We're kind of like, we'll chill here in the middle. We'll hear both sides out. But like, it scares me how it's like, man, information does a number on the human species. Oh my God almighty. And that's always been the case and has gradually been growing and growing. But now it's like, dude, you hit a level that you weren't even ready for. The global internet, whoo, good luck.
Right. Well, it's because all that information is being weaponized. You know, you have like all these structures in place that are designed to like collect data use it for marketing, use it for like literal psyops, you know, like it's all really fucked up.
It's kind of scary how like that dystopian future, like 1984 stuff, it's like, uh-oh, are we heading that way? Like,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Looney Tunes is pretty cool, though. I do agree, Paleo.
What was even the last topic?
So
we're not doing so hot today.
Is being used in bad ways, like, you know, like spying on you and like data harvesting, but it's also being used in good ways, like having an augmented reality experience in Wallace and Gromit. You know, it's like there's two sides to everything.
No joke. So I saw a guy walking today when I was driving to the post office, and this guy had a prosthetic leg and he was walking just fine. And I'm like, I literally said, fuck yeah. Like, that is so cool.
But technology, it's been that way for a bit, though. I have a friend who's had a prosthetic leg since 2008.
Yes to that. But what I'm saying is, like, that's a field of technology where they're just making, the pun intended, leaps and bounds. They're making progress. And I
strides over there.
Little strides of technology, jumping. But like I think in the next 20 years, like prosthetics will rival that of human like biology. Like if someone's like, hey Saber, we can take your arm and replace it with a metal arm, and it's like so much better, and you still feel everything.
Our cosplay is gonna be lit.
Wait, dude, orcs from Warhammer do that, where they're like, dude, cut my arm off and put a giant claw on it. Let's go. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. If it's better, then why not?
You got to think about like showers, though. Like, would it be waterproof? Like, what would you
Old of you to think an orc shower, but you know.
Okay, whatever.
They shower in the blood of their enemies.
Oh, yeah. All right, Pale, what's next?
Couple things about Sega. I guess first we'll go with the movie thing. Yeah, a sequel to Sonic's in the work. I mean, like, no duh. Like after the ending of the first movie, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna get a sequel at some point. And it's like number 2 movie, not number 1 movie, in the world, because Bad Boys for Life is number 1.
I would love if Sonic was number 1. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. The Bad Boys for Life was a pretty good movie, so that's good.
Yeah. So the other thing from Sega is something really weird. They're making a Game Gear Micro thing.
Not necessary.
Yeah, it's weird.
No one needed that.
And also the way they're going about it is really stupid.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Like,
I'm like
if they had
Sega fanboy.
But the thing is, like, they have 4 different models. They're all like different colors. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. But each model has 4 different games. It's like you couldn't put all 16 games in the same one. Like, why?
And they're $50 a pop.
And the screen
is like 1 inch big.
The screen is smaller than the original Game Gear. It's smaller than a Game Boy Micro screen.
That's silly.
Dude, they're like little keychains, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to play like a 40-hour Shining Force RPG on a Tamagotchi? Well, now you can. It's like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Was there Shining Force for the Sega Game Gear?
There was 2 Shining Force games for the Game Gear. Shining Force 2 on Game Gear was fucking sick. It was the first Shining Force game I ever played. I loved it.
What percentage of people on the planet played Shining Force on the Sega Game Gear?
What percentage is me? Because I'm the
only one. Yeah, but apparently there was also some other news about Sega, and this was the thing they were talking about, where it's like, oh, it's going to revolutionize like the industry, at least in Japan.
Leverutionize.
Leverutionize. Yeah.
Leverutionize.
And that is streaming arcade games to homes in Japan. Even when the arcade is closed. So
streaming arcade games, because you know what that means to me is streaming rhythm games, and
could
you imagine streaming 2DX? Oh my god, with its 2-frame timing window? Are you kidding?
I was like, as soon as they said that, I was like, Hirosashi, you have some words on this, I'm sure. That sounds like a terrible idea.
It's terrible. Even if you could get it to 1 frame, it's still awful for 2DX. Passable for sound build text, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What about fighting games?
1 frame is fine for fighting games. It's not ideal, but it's fine.
You're not going to get 1 frame though.
No, you're not. No. I'm just saying if you did, it's fine. Isn't it pathetic if you got 1 frame, that amazing feat of like human technology, if you got 1 frame of streaming lag, it's still not good. That's really funny. Like, I don't know. But I was just like, the only real thing that I use streaming for gaming is visual novels, because there's no execution in visual novels, like, or like a card game or tabletop sim or something like that.
Anything real time, you're running into problems.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys talking about games? Can I go get my drink refilled up real fast?
No.
I mean,
No.
You have to stay here.
Stay here.
We're pretty much done talking about games. But yeah, go ahead.
Go get a drink anyway.
Yo! He took his headphones
You're
off.
wasting time. Oh. He's not getting his drink. He's just filming himself.
I love my little
You can't
hair.
hear us. You can't
Paleo.
hear us.
Go!
My hair. Do you
Kick
like
him?
it?
Is
You
that
can't
okay?
hear us.
I got mullet hair in the back.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go on to a Q&A now. So,
Paleo. Fuck!
Fucking diva.
so yeah, if you want to ask questions, you can ask us on Twitter, or you can use a super chats. And we already have a few super chats here from earlier the show. First from Deli18, have you played any of the Phoenix Wright games?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Objection.
I haven't played any. I want to eventually.
Do it. How'd you have a DS for that long and never play?
Do you know how many games the DS has?
Yeah, because I had a flash card and had all of them on it.
Yeah, boy.
There's so many. The DS has like one of the biggest like quality libraries. There's a lot of good games on there.
Hotel Dusk. That game was fucking cool.
Hey, I played that not too long ago.
Yeah? Is it worth finishing?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Please do. If you.
I mean, it's a narrative based game, so if that story ends badly, there's like almost no reason to play it. So you know. It's not like the story was bad, but that riveting gameplay of walking between hallways really carried the experience for me.
Enigma Prince. What's one educational episode you still remember?
An educational.
I guess like of a cartoon or something.
The Magic School Bus episode where Arnold takes his helmet off.
Everyone remembers that. Like literally everyone remembers that episode. Cause, like,
and they had to have a little like thing at the end being like, just so you know, he should be dead, but this is a cartoon. And it's just like, oh, thanks for clearing that up.
You should never do this. If you're ever in space, you should never do this. Like fucking NASA fucking astronaut goes through his entire schools, does the whole thing, gets up in space. Like, yo, you remember that episode of freaking Magic School Bus? No! Beautiful.
I can't think of an educate. I guess like the episode of Simpsons where they went to Australia and the toilet flushed the opposite way. Because I watched it in school, and that's the only episode of Simpsons I've ever seen. So
the science guy.
You watched the entire episode for that one bit.
I watched it in Earth Science, so yeah, I guess so.
Just for that.
How much Earth Science do I remember? None.
The teacher really was just phoning it in that day.
Yeah.
Apparently, a lot of people watch that episode in Earth Science. Man, it's like a thing.
But it's like a 30-second joke that they do.
Man.
I watched like Bill Nye the Science Guy recently.
Bill Nye.
Sunrise, sunset.
It's like a YouTube poop before YouTube existed. It's very strange.
It's very like quick edits and everything.
Bill.
Let's see. Ryan Walterson with the super chat saying Scott Derrickson, who's directing the Labyrinth sequel, directed Doctor Strange as well as Sinister. Also, C. Robert Cargill's executive producing. I don't know who Robert Cargill is.
That's the guy from Spill back in the day.
Oh.
He used to be Carlisle back on Spill.
Oh, Carlisle. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He went and made Sinister, so good on him.
Huh.
Good on
And a super chat
so.
super chat from Johnny Largent, or Largent. Thoughts on Isle of Armor release date and vid. Oh yeah, the Pokemon expansion. Yeah, it comes out July 7th. Was it June? Either one. I don't really have many thoughts on it because I didn't play Sword and Shield. What about you, Tom? Because I know you played it.
I like Sword and Shield enough. I mean, I'm not like a hardcore Pokemon guy, so like I was never gonna catch 1,000 Pokemon anyway. So the National Dex thing was like, whatever. It was fun. I like how they streamlined a lot of stuff. Will I buy DLC for it? Probably not. That's like a whole other video game I could buy. So.
And it could actually be better than All Right, as you said.
Yeah, you know, like I could buy Fury and have like a damn good time.
Nice.
All right. See on Twitter here. That's there's one earlier.
Oh, that's a good one.
What?
From Degham on Twitter.
Go ahead and say it if you have it.
It says, this is from my sister. What is a trope you love seeing in media every time, and a trope you fucking despise seeing in media? I have two very big ones that I will go off on like massively because like I think I say it like once every 3 months on Twitter. But all right, this is the one I fucking despise, and I really just hate every time it's brought up. Is that if I kill you, I'm no better than you trope. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like this man about to kill 80,000 people.
Gleefully,
end his life.
Yeah, he's gleefully doing it. He's gleefully murdering. That makes me as bad as you. That's like saying, oh, Harry Potter's as bad as Voldemort. Goku's as bad as Frieza. Fucking the Lord of the Rings are as bad as the fucking Fellowship of the Ring is as bad as Sauron and his minions. It's just stupid shit. It's just dumb. It's such a dumb fucking like trope thing. Like one of my favorite times that it was brought up in media where it was just shut down was like the villain was trying to get out of it. Like it was a Mighty Max and he was like, if you kill me, you're no better than me. And then the guy was just like, I can live with that. And he just fucking threw him off the clay. I loved it. It was fucking great. And also to go off of that, a trope I fucking despise is when they talk about like how, oh, we can't kill this guy. If we kill this person, we're going to be no better than him. We cannot do this. It's going to be so bad. Yeah, if I kill him, I'll be no better than him. He's just a monster and I cannot sink down to that level. So they catch the villain, right? And they put him away. And then like, okay, it's like the villain's caught, whatever. Villain escapes. It's like villain's like, oh, you should have fucking killed me. And then he kills like their dad, their sister, their mom, going really close to him. And then like the last episode of the season, they kill him anyways. So it's just like you wasted all my fucking time with this.
And also your mother.
Yeah, your mother too. I fucking despise it. Every time it appears in the show, like the reason it didn't bother me in Avatar: Last Airbender is because like if you rewatch that show recently, Aang has no problem with like Zuko or Sokka or Iroh killing the Fire Lord. He has no issue with that. He just didn't want to do it because he's the fucking Airbender guy. But like with those guys, he was just like, I mean, if you wanted to, okay. Like someone came up with support and kicked them off the mountain, then okay, it's good. Yeah. But no, I fucking despise that trope. It's such a fucking bullshit trope. I hate it when it's in media. It ruins it for me completely.
I know there's one for me, but I completely forgot what it was. But when I see it, I know it. I don't know what it is.
One that I don't like, and I was reminded of how much I don't like it when Ponies did it, is the Fetch Quest episode that all cartoons have. Oh my god, the one where it's like, oh, that person has that thing I need. You go to that person, and you're like, oh, I'll give it to you. If you go to that person and get that thing, you go to that person. He's like, oh, I'll give this to you if you go. I have never done that voice before in my life. I don't know.
Oh, you're voice acted. You're a voice acted, chat.
Oh, that was crazy. I've never done that voice before.
Oh god.
But yes, I hate those episodes. That was really exciting. I love it.
They brought out something new in you. That was just like some real rage right there. Holy shit.
The trope I do love.
Oh yeah.
And there's two. Oh no, but I'm gonna pick one. No, they didn't say favorite though, so I'm gonna pick two. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, pick two.
I love old people that are strong. I love that shit. It's hype every single time. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, Roshi, Lin Bei Fong. People are like, she's not that old. I'm like, yeah, she's old enough. It works.
She's got gray in her hair.
Yeah.
She's fucking gray.
And the other one is, it's so simple, but like time skips. I love time skips. It's just like such a nice reward for watching a series for a long time. And you're like, we're just gonna bring you into this new era. And it's like, oh, look at my boy, he's big now. You know, like I don't know. I'm a sap for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think for ones I love, I just found this one I love recently. There's two. I love when OP like deities love Earth's food. Like when fucking like Beerus from like Dragon Ball Super, he's like, okay, I would blow up your planet, but the food here is delicious and I'm not gonna do it. And then he's just like, oh, you know what? Ramen is the most delicious thing in the multiverse. I'm gonna eat this every day. Fucking cup ramen is the most delicious. Whatever, Beerus. Okay, that's whatever your thing. But I love that. Or like in Supernatural, like death. Like literal death in that series can like kill God, but he's just like, you know what? I love Earth and I love the pizza. Like it's really good. I love that. Like it's so funny.
Yeah, that reminds me. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, there's an alien race that helps out humans because they love frozen pizza. Like they don't even like heat it up. They just love the taste of frozen pizza. They're like, well, yeah, we'll help you. We like frozen pizza.
Yeah. Oh, and then
concept though, like what a concept. If think about it, if aliens ever did come to Earth, they wouldn't care about technology. They'd be like, what unique things do you all have to offer? And it's like food, pizza.
Have you
ramen? Like an Animorphs. The biggest export that we have to the Andalites is cinnamon buns. It becomes like a huge tourist thing.
I love that.
I love that. Beautiful. That's great because it makes so much sense. I mean, could you imagine being an alien with taste buds and being like,
well, here's the thing. Andalites don't even have taste buds, so they have to morph into a human to experience the sensation of taste and have cinnamon buns.
I would never challenge Tom on anything anymore, ever. Never.
If Tom knows something, back off. You're not gonna.
I love it. No, dude, Tom, I like fucking put your video on like a thing, like on that fucking like that thing where like they're saying like you've been supporting the Harry Potter woman, we should be supporting Animal. I put your freaking video under that, like a bunch of people. Yeah, that's
good. I look more love.
If let's say all of us plus like the core group of friends that we have went to a trivia night, we'd be unstoppable. Mm-hmm. Now that being said, we'd be depending on Gabe for like 50% of the answers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But for the other 50%, I would proudly help out with 0.5% of that.
Oh my God. Okay, so just you and Gabe. Oh yeah, you know, I just realized because I talked about this literally. I got this question earlier with Katie too on our freaking Weird Flex But Okay podcast panel, fucking podcast that we did earlier. But another trope I love that has been appearing in media, I think just because I've been watching Harley Quinn so much, is when villains are like having like sincere heart to heart, like, hey, are you okay? Are you doing okay? And they're like doing like just a really genuine feel with each other, but they're doing just horrible shit. Like, cause there's this great shit where fucking like Poison Ivy or Harley Quinn are having this beautiful heart. Like, you're one of my best friends and I love you to death because you do all this and you have all these great qualities. Mind if I get the next one? Yeah, sure. And then they just throw acid in the guy's face and melt him. Like, I just love seeing like villains just like, they're just slaughtering a bunch of innocent people. Like, are you okay? Like, is your mental health doing all right? I mean, you're not slaying. I love that.
Wall breaking thing because like you're treating being a villain as just, you know, hey friend, how are you? Mm-hmm. But they're villains. That's great. Yeah, it's relatable, but different. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Tom, weren't you gonna say something? Or I think you got cut off earlier. Like I thought you were gonna say something.
Like actually 10 minutes ago.
I know. I'm sorry, but I wanted to have his point. They said
the trope that I loathe and it always drives me crazy because it's just like wastes my time is when the main cast gets in an argument or some sort of disagreement that you know is going to be resolved. So you just have to sit there and wait for it. You know, it's like the gang splits up and everybody is like pouting over this stupid disagreement. And just like, now I gotta wait an episode or an arc until this gets fucking resolved. And I know it's gonna get resolved. So all the tension of things that happen in the meantime, I know is meaningless because nothing is going to actually happen with stakes until this interpersonal conflict is resolved. Everything that happens is the worst.
You should not watch Naruto, my dude.
No, he watched Naruto, guy. He's good. But it's just like, it's to me like that whole thing. Yeah, that is another one, Tom, I hate because it's just like, what makes it even worse is if it's an anime because like the intro is going to spoil, oh, they make up again. Like, it's just like, yeah, they're good. Like they're going to be friends again at the end of the day. So it's just like, what the fuck? Why did you waste my time with this bullshit? Like, honestly, it's just like, okay, like that one, the liar revealed and the whole, like, if I kill you, I'm no better than you bullshit. And then of course the fucking like, let's not do the moral shit. Cause I really that really ruins the series for me. It really does. Like,
dang, we got more questions, I think, right?
yeah. I'm sorry, that one just bothers me.
From Nathaniel Foga asking, what was your guys' first experience with the internet? Mine was somewhere between 2004 and 2005.
Wow, what a youngin'.
What year was it? Let's find out.
For me, it was 1998. I was in, yeah, because it was like I got it because everyone in school. What was funny was it was a big deal to have a computer in your house when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
because like I remember like we had like a computer lab, and it was like, oh, I got a computer at my house. And I was like, oh, you fancy, huh? And then
I remember like I would ask for Christmas, like, can we get a computer? Like and
yeah, exactly. And then like when you fucking got it, it was just like, okay, you can use it, but only for 30 minutes, and you can't use the phone. And just like,
yeah. Well, the thing is, like when I first got a computer at my house, we didn't have internet until like 98.
Oh damn!
Not to one up y'all, but I remember the first time I used the internet was to play Worms 2 online, and we got it like a week after it came out, so it was 1997.
No, you fancy, huh?
I mean, I like creme brulee, so you tell me.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you bougie ass niche.
I have a white cat, so you tell me.
Yeah, in a chair that you spin around.
Internet way fucking back. God.
Jeez. I had an uncle who built a website back in like the early 90s, and that was wild. Because like Uncle Keith, he did computer tech stuff during college. He was part of that initial internet boom, and he had a vlog. So like I guess it was the early 90s. I'm bullshitting y'all. It probably wasn't
exactly. Yeah.
It probably wasn't until like did anybody? I know this is not internet related, but did anybody else play with the Windows After Dark stuff?
I mean like Dragon Moon X.
Does this sound familiar?
That does sound familiar to me. I think LGR was on it.
After Dark?
With the flying toasters?
Yeah, the flying toasters.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah.
There was a cool desktop or screensaver where it had Looney Tunes running across the screen. I would just sit there and I'd watch it.
I remember that.
Kids don't know.
I just want to let you know this is something that related to computers that you and Paleo know, but not Tom or me? What?
Army Core Windows 95 shit, I guess.
Yeah.
We are not worthy.
Okay, to be fair, my computer knowledge did not start until very, very late. You know, my dad had a computer for work. We had dial-up until 2005. So, like, there was not a lot of internet or computer shit going on here.
I had dial-up till 2005, too.
Like, I got so fucking addicted to computers, so I'm just making up for that decade I lost, you know?
There you go.
Let's see, Rigid Rat asking, which do you think is funnier, a good fourth wall break, or when a character from your childhood starts swearing?
Definitely the former.
Wall break.
Yeah, wall break.
Well, when you... Like, do you mean like that Porky Pig? Like, son of a, I bet you thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you? Like, that shit cracked me up. That rolled me.
The thing is, like, with like a childhood character or whatever, swearing, it has to be a good delivery to make it funny.
Yeah.
So it's like
fucking
that whole pony thing with the 50 AI thing. With the comic that was made.
Oh yeah, like I will fucking fold you like a lawn chair.
I love the one where it screwed up for Hero, where it's like, "Hello, Apple Cube." Tom, did you ever hear that? Okay, so the Applejack text to voice screwed up so hard when I was trying to do that for Hero, where she's like, "Hello, Sugar Cube," and she was like, "Hello, Sugar Cube." Actually, I still have no streamable.
It sounds super weird.
Do you want to hear it? You want to hear it?
Yeah, hold on. I'll.
There's so many questions you have to.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, if you post in here, I'll
There it is.
All right.
Howdy, Hero. It's this one.
Howdy, Hero. That's right, Sugar Cube. Guess who is back? I need a certain black beauty to fill a certain hole in my life. My big apple-ass is ready for a good pounding. So please, kind sir, clap these fat apple cheeks of mine. Yeah, huh? Howdy.
God. Damn. Making the best creepypasta of 2020.
You mean the only funny creepypasta.
I love how she goes. That was not intentional. It just did it itself, and I was like, "We gotta run with this." So, because Applejack, out of all the text to voice stuff, she's the one who's the most corrupted easily, and it's just because they don't have enough data to like, because like Fluttershy and Twirler are like, "Boom, what's up?" But Applejack's like,
it would be hard to make a voice like that out of a background pony. They did a pretty good job considering.
How dare you?
Anyway, we got another super chat from Editman RGG2 here. Says, didn't notice I left since the start till 10 p.m. but here's some money. Thank you. Let's see. From Cartoon Network Fanatic on Twitter, says, before The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Cyberpunk 2077 release, what has been your guys' favorite video game of 2020 so far?
Maneater. Shit's fun.
Doom. What came out this year?
Doom for me. By a full
There's one that
they fixed. They fixed it.
They did. God. I think Doom Eternal's like the only game this year that I've played that I bought. I think
Animal Crossing came out.
I guess I still haven't played Ori and the Will of the Wisp just because
I still haven't played either.
I'm not in the Metroidvania mood. I'm sure it's outstanding.
Speaking of Metroidvania, I did play Shantae and the Seven Sirens, and that was pretty good. It's probably one of the best days they've made so far.
I legit think the only 2020 game I've played is Animal Crossing.
And also, I've had a love-hate relationship with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, I love it and hate it at the same time.
That is what a love-hate relationship is, yes.
Yeah. I know, it was very redundant.
Yeah, the only one is Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm probably not going to finish it. So, hopefully Cyberpunk's fucking sick. I'm praying. I'm hoping all that abuse of the staff was worth it.
No, you can't ask us
questions to go through.
You're right. Go
ahead. Let's see. Was Major Mekazawa asking, what are some shows you feel are better experienced by binging them, and what are some shows you feel are better experienced by spacing out viewings between episodes?
Oh, that's actually a good question, because like I feel like there are some episodes of series that if I had watched it like by a week-to-week basis, I would be so incredibly pissed off because of like this storyline still fucking going on. Can we like fucking go by? But like when you're marathoning it, it's just like you can just
universe.
There you go.
Man, I feel like I'm one of the ones who like Steven Universe more, like in this group, even, which is funny.
It's like a 7. It's like a 7.
Okay, yeah. It's so frustrating because, like, man, if it had the best of its best, like episodes, if it had that quality all the way through, like 10 out of 10, just perfect.
Do you think that Rebecca Sugar was so committed to the anime bit that she wants someone to make a Steven Universe Kai and cut out all the filler so it's actually watchable?
There you go.
What I was gonna say is even binging Steven Universe, it's frustrating. I'm like, I don't give a shit about what Mayor Dewey is doing. I don't. No one cares. But you gotta watch it because whatever.
They're going to show something at the end that's important for a future.
The little blue girl, Aquamarine with the eye or whatever is gonna.
See, I completely missed her.
Yeah, because you skipped the episode.
I rarely skipped that episode. I was just like, I am not watching Lars trying to bake a fucking cake. This is stupid. I don't care.
What's going on? I would say Over the Garden Wall. Things that are like really short like that are easily bingeable, I feel like are fine to binge. Anything that's like, man, I gotta be honest, anything that's like 13 episodes or longer, I'd just prefer for it to be a week by week. I don't think like that's a hard rule, but it's just like the way that like pacing happens.
It also depends on the length of episodes too. Like 13 episodes of a show that's like 11 minutes, that's fine.
When I say show, I literally never mean 11 minutes. I have never meant that ever in my life. And it's weird.
You mean like an hour?
No, 22 minutes.
Okay, 22 minutes. Okay.
Oh yeah,
shows
like
are
I
also
don't know why.
impossible to watch.
Like I hate that Netflix sort of made this binging thing popular with shows that have episodes that are an hour long. Because like that's like watching like a bunch of movies at once. Like I don't want to watch.
I do it every time because
I mean, Daredevil was pretty dope when it came out, but it was again like it was very like, okay, how long is this fucking show? Okay, it's just like, come on.
I like watching things. I just don't have the attention span to watch. Like even Game of Thrones, which when I was watching it, I was like, "This is so
I have to be
good.
like,
oh my goodness!"
I have to be really invested to watch like a live action show that's like an hour long, for me to like binge it. Like The Boys, because like The Boys was really good. So
and it's only 8 episodes too.
Yeah.
My problem is that like when I get invested in a story, like I don't want to hit the brakes until I'm done. So like I'll just like with like the recent thing was like The Promised Neverland. I got into that and I watched the whole series all at once, and it was like 7 a.m. I was like, I guess I'm done. Like that.
Did you go read the manga right afterwards?
OP is such a fucking banger.
So
oh my
good.
god.
So good.
You know what was a real banger? And I want to share this with you all. So I put this sounds so nerdy. So the song Rebirth from the Godzilla 2019 soundtrack, I have that as my morning alarm, and it gets me up every single fucking time. Good shit. That works. That legitimately works.
But well, the other half of the question is, what do you feel is better for being spaced out viewings? Yeah, I hate that Netflix is just like streaming services in general. I know everyone loves binging, and I'm definitely on the like less like popular side of this. But man, I like it when episodes air once a week or the special like occasional twice in a week.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, so then you can go talk about it with people, and then people like go
for the
draw.
show too. It gives your production much more of a half-life. You know, because like the problem with like Stranger Things is like Stranger Things, people will talk about it for like 5 days, and then you've moved on. When you have something coming out like it's better for the artists because like their work gets more attention. And it's better for you because you get to be invested longer. And like it lets like a lot of these shows that are serious, there'll be plot points that you're kind of supposed to ruminate on for a bit and reflect on and like let the story kind of sink into your brain a little bit more. And like having a week in between it to kind of discuss it and reflect on it and think about it is like a really good part of television that is just gone, you know?
Yes, exactly. Like and I mean, if you care about the fandom stuff, I don't know. It's like it's nice to just see, you know, what people are talking about, what people are doing. It's like, oh, that's a cool drawing of this, and you share it with your friend, and you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's nice.
Also, I think anything episodic is better to be watched on a weekly basis because, like, I feel like the way episodic shows are usually done is that it kind of like the events that are happening. There is like actual time in between episodes, like in universe. So like watching them back to back, you can kind of almost pick up on like inconsistencies of like, that's kind of weird that's, you know, happening right now. And like, it was kind of implied to be different in the context of the previous episode or stuff like that. When like, it's designed to be like, there's enough space that you're not thinking about things like that anymore.
Yeah.
Netflix should stop uploading all of their shows at once. Copy Disney Plus, have them come out 1 week at a time. I don't care that it's a marketing scheme to make me keep my subscription for longer. It's a better viewing experience, but they'll never do it because Netflix and chill depends on that.
I know that HBO Max is following the same thing with that for their newer shows coming out. Is that they're going to go a week by week basis for. So they're copying Disney rather than Netflix. Netflix sort of. Did something similar to that with the last season of BoJack, but they just split up the season into like 2 parts. But I would still rather it be, you know, week by week. Especially with shows like BoJack.
Yeah, because they're like good. Like the thing is, because I completely agree with like both the statements of that whole thing, because I know for me I like watching a show and then like going, oh, I can have a break, because like exactly what Hero said, that whole concept of like, okay, I just marathoned through 13 fucking episodes of this thing, and I want to talk about it with people, but it's just like, well, I haven't finished all 13 episodes, and then like you do, and then it's just like, okay, well, like Tom said, it cuts the shows like Half-Life down, because it's just like, okay, I we can talk about it for like what, like 3 days, like how like, because I'm thinking back to like when we all watched Stranger Things. It was like, well, we had like a conversation like once every couple weeks, and then that was pretty much it, and then I was like, okay, whatever. But then like with other stuff like Ponies and DuckTales, like we constantly just talk about, because it's like
literally a decade of your life.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. It's a great show, and it's just to me, it really depends. Like for instance, because I know they said like a show just to space out to, like Hero showed me a freaking Littlest Pet Shop show on Netflix, and I can just marathon through that and just like, oh, I'm not paying attention, but it's just like on, and it's just like that's having jokes that hit every once in a while, but then like, yeah, it's whatever. Like that's how I feel with like shows. It really depends on the mood and the type of quality the show is producing, in my opinion.
We have a couple more super chats here, but I'm gonna go ahead and address this one from Enigma Prince.
Sure.
Says, can you all mention the big thing going on IRL?
Okay.
All right. You know what?
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Seriously.
There you go.
That's just straight up like so. It is like Jax in Hero.
Yeah. You want?
Like, I'm sorry. I'll give you all the floor. I just realized I got to shut the fuck up here. So you all, if you want to say anything,
See,
me and Hero just like you're like we have the delegation.
That's actually where I disagree. I don't think that it's healthy to just shut out other voices. I feel like everyone like has something to say on the matter. Like this does affect like Jax and my race, like primarily. So like, please do listen to what we have to say. But I think shutting out people entirely is so incredibly unhealthy.
That was the problem with the movement in 2016, because they were shutting people out during 2016.
Yeah.
And now they're allowing people in, which has made the movement that much stronger.
I was floored by how many conservative friends of mine on Facebook even who are like, yeah, these cops have crossed the line. I'm like, you know, you fucked up when conservatives on Facebook are like, maybe police. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I say when people who want to stay out of it are now getting involved. So like, it's such a difficult situation, because with anything with humanity, it's not going to most likely be just black and white. It's going to be a lot of conflicting sides and moral gray here. So that all being said, though, fuck those 4 cops. What they did
pretty much, undeniable. Pretty much everyone you like have to agree on it. It's like something that you must agree on.
I want justice for everyone, a standard held for everyone, regardless of their background, their money, their power. I just want a standard across the board. So if cops can't be held to that, if Minneapolis is like, yeah, let them walk, it's like, no, fuck that. Fuck you. So yeah, bring him the justice. And also like the fact they didn't put him in jail to begin with is like, even if he's innocent, which he's not, but even if he is, you all are stupid. Why would you send him back home? Like, are you stupid? There are moments where humanity makes mistakes, and I'm like, what were y'all thinking? Like, are you stupid? So
for the first time, you know, like
justice. I want justice.
Even in the last 7 days, you know, there's just so many more examples of more egregious police action happening. And clearly, there's no accountability at this point.
That's scary. There are too many videos of cops doing. You see the one where they pushed over an old man and he cracked his head.
Cracked his skull.
Bro, no, fucking no. Actually, when the military comes in, which I'm against, I'm like, at least the military actually has it's called ROE. What is it called? Rules of engagement. Cops don't have really a rules of engagement. They're just like, just shoot and ask questions later. And like, don't get me wrong. Like, my brother-in-law was an officer. I know that there are good individuals who are cops, but the cops
need to be overhauled. Like there's a problem here, and it's like, okay, let's take a moment, step back, and say, what can we do to fix this across the board?
It's so weird that you require a license to become a doctor or become even a hairdresser, but you don't need a license to practice law.
You need a license to practice CPR.
Yeah,
come on.
Where's that one thing that
you need a license to fish.
Yeah.
What I'm looking for. I've seen a lot of people. I hate that this is a political issue at all. It shouldn't. This is not bipartisan. The fact that it is at all is ridiculous to me. This is people's lives, and don't be shitty to people. That's all it is. There's no politics involved. There shouldn't be, at least. Unfortunately, there is. But I've been seeing people like call for like just get rid of the police. I can't back that up. I think they completely need to be overhauled. Like the fact that you can be a policeman and turn off your
a lot of it is just
ridiculous.
like simplifying the terms to like get something going. Like I've seen like defund the police, and what they mean by that is to completely like reform it to have different departments for different situations rather than have a cop for everything.
I'm not talking about that.
There are so many things that the average American is like, listen, I got my own shit. I'm not going to worry. How many of us actually show up to local government meetings? Like a fraction.
Yeah.
How many of us actually even vote? A fraction. A fraction.
I also saw a thing saying like there are too many old people in power, basically. Because like the average age of Congress is like 58. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's. I mean, let's something. God, I hate politics. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just reminds me that humanity has. Like, I want Star Trek. I want Starfleet so badly. I want. There's that scene where Picard. There's a Star Trek episode that gives me so much hope, where they unfreeze 3 people who went into a cryogenic sleep because they were terminally ill. And Starfleet, the Enterprise, with Picard and his crew, found them. Mm-hmm. And one of those people was a stockbroker. And he's like, well, take me back to Earth. I like to check my bank accounts. And they're like, there's no more need for money. We've grown past it. And there's a part where Picard's like, we have grown out of our infancy. And I'm like, oh, I want that so badly. I want humanity. Because like we have this beautiful gift of intelligence, of reason, of art, of like there's no other species. Gabe said this. There's no other species really that walks up to, let's say, a brick wall and goes, what's behind that? What's behind that? What goes further? Let's keep going. Let's keep finding out what's even beyond our comprehension. Let's keep pushing because that's what we are. That beautiful curiosity of humanity. I love that. That's one of our best traits. And yet, like, you've got corruption and power that's held by old money. And it's scary because it's like, you are the fuckers who hold us back. And the worst part is that we all get fired up for a moment. And then it's like, okay, we're good. And it's like, that kind of lackadaisical attitude.
It never stops happening. It's like,
I think
over and over.
The difference now, as far as like what's been going on the past couple of weeks, is that people are like, well, we don't have anything else to do. Like, and we're actually like getting people to hear our voices. Because there's a whole thing with Minnesota. They're disbanding the Minneapolis police department. So there's.
Are they replacing it with?
I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
So I read about that.
You read about it?
So here's the problem: is somebody cited a case where that happened before. I believe it was somewhere in a Northeast state, and literally. They rehired the same cops right back to the force.
Oh,
so
that's terrible.
It's so incredibly tricky to navigate it because we, as the average person, it's like we're too busy trying to just keep food on the table, to pay rent, to stay alive, versus those in power who are like, they'll give up the fight. Because for us, I mean, I say this, by the way, knowing that I come from a place of privilege, of power, where I know I can rest my head easy at night knowing that for a good chunk moving forward in my life, I'll be fine. And I don't have to go on the front lines to protest. I mean, the protests are far away from me too. But like, it's something where the folks in power go, we'll wait. It's a waiting game. Go ahead. go ahead, protest. We'll see you in 6 months.
Yeah.
You'll give up. And that's the scary part, is like all of the burden falls on the folks who, because it's sometimes, I mean, civil unrest gets so bad where it's like, look at the French Revolution, both of them. Like, I got to the point where they're like, there's literally nothing for us to go back to. Let's go. So yeah, I don't know. It's almost like the people in power know that if they keep us comfortable and like sedated, we'll back off. I say we, like I'm doing any fucking thing. I'm not. The real heroes are out there protesting. So yeah, I don't know. I tell you what though. I'm sorry. I'm just preaching. Fuck anybody who stumps on our constitutional rights. Like those folks protesting, let them fucking protest. That's their right. Like rolling the military out. How small is your dick? Seriously. So even the military is like, what the fuck were we doing here? Like,
also, don't belittle yourself. I mean, you could be out protesting, sure, but you donated. That is a contribution. It's appreciated. Like
that all being said, there are opportunists who are looting too, and that's wrong.
Yes. I mean, there's always gonna be opportunists. It's like
on both sides.
Absolutely. But I did see a picture. It's like the one thing I retweeted on my Twitter because I was just like, yeah, that's it. That's the thing. It was a lady holding up a sign and she says, we live in a world where trained cops can panic and act on impulse, but untrained civilians must remain calm with a gun in their face. Like, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
And there's so much hypocrisy because it's like, I just want a standard. And when I see like folks who are like, I believe in the NRA because fuck the government marching their military through my streets, and then these same NRA folks are like, I'm like, what do you stand for?
It's so like hypocritical because like before they were saying like open up the state or whatever, or open up the country because we've been locked in too long because of the virus, and then while this is happening, while like police are like beating up protesters and everything, and like illegally turning off their body cams and hiding their badge numbers, like isn't this the thing you said that you would fight against?
That's the problem. Is like it's like, please, if you actually have an ideal that you base your belief on, stand by it. Because at this point, it's like you don't have a belief. You have an agenda.
The problem is a lot of those people who are talking about, the NRA people who are saying, oh yeah, like if the government came for my guns, I'd fucking pop the cop right in his face. You're gonna have to kill me to take my guns. They're white. They don't care about if black people get fucked over. And it's like, it's really uncomfortable to think about that because like that seems ridiculous. But like you're dealing with that level of stupidity, that like level of cognitive dissonance is just like,
it goes to show you that these folks, again, they have an agenda, and that pisses me off. Like whether you are far left with an agenda or far right, it's like, because there are moments where it's like, I just want you to have a standard and hold it to everybody. Like that's so important to me. Obama wore a beige suit. He's disrespecting the office. But Trump can literally say on camera, yeah, I fucked some bitches. What's up? And it's like, oh, God bless him. He's a good Christian, returning Christian morals to our country. It's like, fuck off. He's playing you like a fucking violin. And the same thing with, it's like with both sides. Like, come on. I just don't like it when you've got people in power who fuck you over. And people are blind enough to not even question their party loyalties. That pisses me off. Question shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
God
like
damn.
if
sad.
If this November, like the blue side, like actually wins, hold them accountable for the things they say they're gonna do. Like
fuck the DNC for fucking burning you over. By the way.
Yeah. I mean, I've just been watching a lot of like political videos and stuff, and I really like Vosh. Vosh is a great lefty kind of guy. I've been watching a lot of his stuff, and like I wasn't considering voting because I didn't vote in 2016, so I thought both candidates are really bad. But Vosh made a great case for voting for Biden, even though like I don't like Biden at all, because like he was like a Bernie guy leading up to like everything. He's like, the reason he wants to vote for Biden is that he's like saying there needs to be significant more changes made than what the Biden platform is going to be, right? But if Trump wins this next election, everybody on the left, like the liberals, are just going to be like, well, if we had a woman in office, or if we had, a Democrat in office, things would be better. And they just like throw everything under the rug for that. But like if Biden and Kamala Harris is his running mate, so you have, 2 Democrats, one of them a black woman in office, and they both completely fuck everything up and nothing changes, all the passive left no longer have anything to point to as an excuse. Like at that point, you have to go harder left and like
Joe Biden
changes.
Is like a puppet. Like I really feel like the DNC is just sticking their hand up his ass. And
of
that's
course.
why I love Bernie. He actually had convictions. So like, do I agree with Bernie 100%? No. Are there some things on his platform that I completely disagree with? Yes. I mean, he's like very much so against nuclear power. And for those who are uninformed, nuclear power is incredibly safe, very effective. Take that over coal any fucking day. But man, like Bernie actually stood for something. You can tell he actually spoke with fiery passion. I'll take that over a lifeless politician puppet any fucking day, or an ignorant man-child who can never admit that he's wrong. So, yeah. I fucking hate politics. I hate it. I want aliens.
As you've gone on an impassioned political diatribe for like 20 minutes now.
Literally a political science major.
Tom, could you imagine if aliens showed up and they just shook their heads and they were like, "You fucking pathetic creatures."
One of my favorite things is there's a Calvin and Hobbes comic, and Calvin says to Hobbes, "I think the most poignant sign of intelligent life existing is that none of them have tried to contact us."
Yep.
And it's like beautiful.
I mean, how much time went past between Earth growing life compared to how much time existed before in the universe before then? I think there shouldn't have been enough time for
that's a paleo question.
Paleo, how much time existed between
See, the Earth is about 4.5 billion years
time.
old. The
universe is 14 billion, right?
I forgot.
That should be enough time to churn out, possibly in theory, an intelligent species who could come to Earth and be like, "You all suck. You all wiped out our dinosaurs. What happened? What happened to the dinosaurs?"
Could you imagine if we're like waiting for an intelligent species, like, come on, where are they at? And then you just see like Vegeta's ship just go like, "Ooh," and you're just like, "No!"
I asked for this.
It's like, leave, go.
So before we move forward with any topic, though, I want standards for our officers. I want corrupted people to be held to a standard for justice. There needs to be more accountability across the board. And I hope the voices of those who truly want change for the better, both for the good officers who do exist, and hopefully they'll continue forward when we do reform police, and then the good protesters who are out there doing it peacefully. Those are the voices I want heard the most.
Yeah.
The end, hopefully.
Next question.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way for the super chats because I knew that was going to be a long tangent. But Ryan Walterson.
Wow, Paleo, taking a social issue and boiling it down to a long tangent.
He's literally a tangent, though. He's not even wrong.
Hashtag right-wing dismissive. Hashtag.
Oh my God.
Let's take a quick pause and just throw in a quick lighthearted question. Strawberry milkshakes, vanilla milkshakes, or chocolate milkshakes? You can pick one of the three. Who would it be?
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Chocolate, vanilla. Jackson, Tom, what would you pick?
Vanilla.
What would you say, Tom?
Vanilla as well, yeah.
Dude, strawberry with big strawberry chunks.
You're wearing
Fuck you all! Fuck you all! Fuck you guys! I can't believe you disagree with me. Fuck you!
You're saying with big strawberry chunks. You didn't add that information.
The strawberry chunks make it worse.
As his
webcam
right. Gets lower quality.
I know. Do I look like I know where
Turning into that Applejack clip over there.
Yeah.
All right, Paley, go ahead.
Yeah, from Ryan here. Favorite Disney TV show theme songs?
DuckTales 2017.
Good.
It's better than the 1983 one. Or 1987, which one is? It's 87, isn't
87,
it?
yeah.
Something came out in 1983. I can't remember what it was. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Disney Channel theme songs.
Or just Disney shows. Channel. Just Disney shows.
Kim Possible.
Kim Possible.
The Starverse is a theme song.
Starverse is good. Yeah. I don't like Ever Proud Family, to be honest. I'll be real with you.
You don't like that?
It's memorable, but it's not something where I'm like, yeah, this is really good. It's just, it's like, oh yeah, I remember it. Even Kim Possible, I feel that way.
Wander Over Yonder.
That's a good one.
Hate that song.
I hate that song so fucking much.
It's so obnoxious.
Yeah,
water.
I love Lord Hater. Lord Hater is one of the best villains from cartoons from the last decade, and he does not nearly get enough credit for his accomplishments. Animation star! People who do this for a job. Have you heard the extended version?
No.
It's up on YouTube. Race introduced it to me. I was like, I did not know there's.
He would.
There's a part where when I was a kid, I thought, it doesn't matter where, the why, and the who. I thought they said we would do it for the red, white, and blue. I thought they said I thought they were like Americans. I'm like, yeah, good on them. As a kid.
I mean, out of these 5 Disney afternoon shows, which one would you say is has the best theme song? Because they all have memorable theme songs. It's DuckTales, Tailspin, Chip and Dale, Goof Troop, and Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. Yeah, easy.
Duck is really
It's
good.
like not even their concept.
For the song?
Yeah.
I legit. I mean, I'm so excited for when DuckTales returns to the air
In November.
Oh, God.
I know.
Hopefully I can
You're
eat
gonna
it
need
in a
to pick me
restaurant
up
by then.
after that election.
I went into a Starbucks today, inside of one.
Nice.
Still exist?
Yeah, dude, it was so nice. I walked in, they're like, "Oh, welcome to Starbucks. We hope you're doing well." I'm like, "Thank you so much. I have a nice cold brew black," and it was so good. But yeah, what was I gonna say? We're talking about Disney stuff, right? Oh, DuckTales. So yeah, props to DuckTales for knowing their source material. I think that's why they're so high quality. Good shit. Good shit.
Ryan over here singing Pepper Ann.
I hated that. Pepper Ann, PB&J though had a good one. When I was a kid, I had a crush on Jay Otter.
What?
Yeah, I did.
Next question.
Always was a furry ever since the beginning.
Oh, I like this question from a Cartoon Network fanatic. A question for Jax.
From Cartoon Brew.
No.
Yeah.
Question for Jackson Saber. Who would win in a fight, Doom Guy or Kratos?
Man, I can't touch that.
I mean, I have an answer. Saber, have you played more of God of War since I left?
I have. I feel like Kratos would take it because when you're dealing with deity level threats that are like literally gods of the world, that's pretty crazy. Now, that being said, it's the way I would see it is this. I would give it 90% to Kratos, but there is that 10% like haymaker punch from Doom Guy where he's like berserker rage, fired up, just pissed off at everything in existence, and he lands that.
They're both very angry.
Punch. Yeah, but Doom Guy is angrier than Kratos because Doom Guy is literally fueled by anger. Kratos actually has moments of serenity, not serenity, of at least calming down.
Which Kratos are we talking about? Are we talking about the new Kratos or
God of War?
Okay, because like I was gonna say,
War,
God of War 3 Kratos destroyed the entire world essentially because he was so mad.
Yeah, it's like fucking like
the
Asura's
entire
wrath.
Greek pantheon of gods, and then like stands over a cliff as the entire like continent of Greece is destroyed, and they're just like, "You blew up the whole world, Kratos. For what? Are you happy?" He's like, "Oh shit." And that's how
it's so funny how you elevate power levels because it's like Kratos, Doom Guy, Kratos kind of fighting. You got Samus all the way up here, though, like way up here, where like untold things about Samus, and apparently she can destroy like worlds. So she's really powerful. Then you got Goku up here, and then you got Kirby way up here.
So then you got Sailor Moon above all of them.
Apparently, the Sailor Scouts are up there.
Sailor Scouts are way above all of them.
And then you got the Hand from Looney Tunes, who literally draws them. Who's the? Because I know it's rumored that like the one above all, as they call it in Marvel, is literally the artist of Marvel. Like the ones who draw the comics
in DC.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. What's the next question, Paleo? You loser, wiener butt.
Shut up. Why are you bullying me this podcast?
I bought you dinner like 17 days in a row, bitch.
Not worth the embarrassment.
We went to Zaxby's like 4 days in a row one time.
I'm not gonna tangent later.
Oh, can I ask you all a quick question?
But you're gonna.
So I'm doing a podcast with my buddy Scott, and we're doing
another podcast.
I got 4 going. I got Squadzilla, POS, Semi-Perfect, and then BVG. So
it's soon to the
current and Toon Clash. You got 5. So we did a food gauntlet, and right now we're down to the semifinals, and it's currently Dairy Queen versus Jersey Mike's versus, and then the next bracket is Chick-fil-A versus Zaxby's. Now, I personally think it's going to be Chick-fil-A who beats Zaxby's, and then Jersey Mike's who beats DQ. But who do y'all think would win this particular fight? Dairy Queen versus Jersey Mike's.
They both suck. I'm
Jersey
sorry.
Mike's. Whoa, what?
What?
Oh, Jersey. Oh, I'm so sorry. Jersey Mike's. I was thinking of Jimmy John's for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Jersey Mike's is gonna win.
Standard of quality, bro.
I forgot. Yes, Jersey. But you can see, like, if I thought it was Jimmy John's, I'm like, those both kind of are ass. Not gonna lie. But Jersey Mike's are definitely.
Yep. Yeah, I think Dairy Queen obviously hasn't beat on desserts, but I've been telling Scott the entire time that the hot food from Dairy Queen is subpar. It's not that good.
Yeah.
The blizzards are amazing. The dessert from Dairy Queen is like, that's their like haymaker punch at you. But then they're like little
Dairy Queen, not Burger Queen.
Did I say Burger Queen?
No, I'm just saying, because the desserts are good. They're Dairy Queen. They're not Burger Queen.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Actually, there was the prior to this fight, it was Burger King versus Dairy Queen. I'm like, Dairy Queen's got him beat. Dairy Queen's dessert is so overwhelmingly amazing. Like blizzards are incredible.
I mean, anyone has Burger King beat.
Yeah, Burger. Maybe Long John Silver's might be.
I still have never been. I've never been there.
Well, apparently two states in
Jersey Mike's. Apparently, I've been missing out.
Two states in our union love Long John Silver's, according to Barstool Sports. Those idiots.
Yeah, no, don't.
Yeah, bullshit. Oh, mod pizza. Ooh. So, Jersey Mike's beats DQ because Jersey Mike's is just got the superior entree, which is what you go to a restaurant for more often, is a meal, not just dessert. And then, I mean, Chick-fil-A and Zaxby's, though, like both Georgian restaurants, I say Chick-fil-A wins it. Here's the thing with Chick-fil-A. Customer service, high quality hot food, high quality desserts, and then also like they do community focused stuff. The fact that they hate gay people is a big fucking problem. That's like their one glaring issue where it's like, stop doing that.
And open on Sundays.
I respect that. I'm okay with that because Trit, the owner of Chick-fil-A, was like, I want my employees to be able to have one day a week to themselves. I'm like, yo, respect. That's fine. Because like there's so many corporate.
But you know why it's Sunday?
It's church.
Yeah.
But still, even though they don't go to church, because I know that
church is still work.
There's some atheist friends of mine who work at Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, that's cool that they have Sunday off just so they can recoup. That's cool. I respect that. I'm all for letting, like, because in a lot of customer service retail industries, it's like you're working every single day of the week, even holidays. So them having Sunday off, I respect that. It savors the experience. I'll look forward to Monday. I'm sorry, I'm being an asshole this podcast. Continue.
Got a super chat from Ryan Walterson asking favorite local restaurant in your area.
Local. Oh, I'm really bad about knowing what's local and what's a chain.
There is a restaurant.
Go to any, I don't think.
There is a restaurant that's at the lake here. They've been affected by the virus though. And there's also a local pizza place in town over called How's Your Pizza.
Good question, by the way.
There's a Korean restaurant it's at NC State called Waba, and it's the most you walk up like the most narrow stairs just next to the Chinese restaurant. It's so easy to miss. I don't know how they get business, but you walk up the narrow stairwell, and it's a nice Korean restaurant.
Oh, and I guess
Westawant.
And I guess like local in our area, as far as like the southeast goes, Cookout.
Cookout
Yeah.
is good
chain.
for the money. Good for the money.
Yeah.
That is what Cookout is. I feel like everyone forgets to say for the money.
Yeah, for the money and
just like In and Out.
Yeah, for the money and variety, because Cookout has a lot of stuff.
Like I go to California, people are like, oh, you got to go to In and Out, and I was like, it's good for my money. Excuse me, for your Californian money, not for my North Carolina.
Some of us who don't have the money to afford houses really Jones on value here, Sasha. Okay.
Right. Can I get a bag of Doritos from the gas station? So Cookout, I give props to for value, big time, variety, big time, and also operation. They keep it going. Like I've never been at a Cookout where I'm like, oh, it's been 10 minutes. Where's my mint chocolate chip milkshake? It's like 4 a.m. and they're like, let's fucking go. And I'm like, good on you, Cookout. I'm sure there's a bunch of potheads who are like, God bless Cookout. God bless them. There's a local place I want to take Jax to during our next Friendmas or our next New Year's party, where it's this, it's called, I forget the name of it. It's a local buffet that does country cooking. And you sit at there's a reformed like home in the mountains. It's like an old like farmhouse that's huge. I've been there with Laura before, and you sit down. It's like you feel like you're sitting down like a farmhouse kind of, and they bring out like fried chicken, mashed potatoes, collard greens, slices of ham, and lots of biscuits. Jax, I feel like you would destroy like at least 4 servings on your own. But it's really good food and cool. It's a cool atmosphere. So I remember sitting there and I'm like, oh man, this is good shit. I'm like, Jax would obliterate this place. So yeah.
Got a question here from Santo Celine. Saying, since T-Rex is centaur, part horse, part man, what's T-Rex supposed to be in terms of the man part?
The devil, I guess.
All penis.
It would be like a Satan thing, right?
That's the one thing That's the one thing I'm sad about is they allude to Scorpion in the show and they
just didn't. Yeah.
Bummer.
I was like, oh, okay.
Good stuff there, I guess.
I'm about to take us on another tangent.
for what it's worth, though, like My Little Pony has one of the best finales I've ever seen. I watched it like a few days ago and I actually got teary-eyed and I was like,
that song is off limits, my dude. Like I legitimately cannot listen to that song.
Dude, Daniel Anger brought his A game for that, and I was like, oh man. But the magic of
as soon as they say this is where the magic happens, I'm like, turn it off. Turn it off. It's like I can't, dude.
That's something that kind of bums me out because there's that night I watched it, I was like, that the human experience, it really is to take a moment and realize that time has passed. Like you are no longer in 2012, you're in 2020. That's 8 years later. 8 years, nearly a decade. I remember watching the finale at like 2 a.m. in my room back in 2019. And when it ended, I was just sitting there in the dark room and I was like, is that it? That's it. Damn. That made me so sad. But at the same time, it's like, but it still means so much to me. I think
Except that's not it, because you haven't watched all that at Crush Your Girl shit. You did not watch all of it.
I have
all of it. All of it?
Do you know who my girlfriend is? She's a bigger brand. Laura's got like, whenever I go to her place to hang out, like whenever I want to like lay in bed with her, before I move, I hop in the bed. Half of her bed is like a mountain of pony plushies. I shit you not. It's like 25 at least. It's ridiculous.
That reminds me. Apparently, there's like a 24-hour pony stream going on YouTube right now, like from one of the pony channels. Yeah, it's like showing ponies 24/7.
Should have done like all the weekends.
Like every episode.
Just the Equestria Girl stuff, like regular pony stuff, like all of it.
Oh, cool.
Paleo, read my super chat.
I know. I was gonna go into it. Yeah, Saber had put a super chat here. Thank you.
Read it.
Butts greater than boobs. But
I'm glad you agree.
Boob was with an extra O.
Because YouTube didn't let me.
It didn't let you post in boobs?
I mean,
nope. Nope. Tom, how do you feel about that? Butts or boobs?
I'm kind of neutral. I'm going to be a radical centrist on this. They're both pretty good.
Thanks for nothing. Jack, what about you?
Well, I'm a personal trainer, so it's literally my job to make an ass. Anyone can have an amazing ass. All right, I make asses for a living. So yeah,
Jack says ass. All right, cool.
Because boobs. Here's the thing about boobs. Okay, like big natural, just beautiful jugs. Pale will back me up on this. It's just like, okay, that's a blessing. That is just a blessing right there. Like ass. If you have an ass, I can get anyone. Literally anyone. I can get you a nice ass. Literally, if you train me, I can make your ass.
Tom, can you believe this? Tom is just rolling in his grave.
I love both, but I'm saying, I can make anyone have a nice ass. Like that's literally my job.
You already know what side I'm on this. You've known. We've been friends for 9 years, lad, or 8 years, I guess.
So it's 2, and undecided.
It's 3 ass, 2 boobs.
What?
Yeah, because Tom said he's leaning towards ass.
Say that. I said him in the middle. I said him a radical centrist.
You heard it from Tom. and Jack said he can make asses. That's 4-1.
Shut up.
To be fair, someone mentioned thighs in the chat, and let's be real here. That's the true winner.
Thighs are good.
That's where the
I saw a good Twilight picture
a really
earlier
nice
that had some really good
hourglass
thighs.
figure with exposed midriff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, midriff is really good.
And like literally,
I'm gonna all agree on something.
In like literally the least piggish way possible. Oh my god, a good butt and like nice tight jeans. Like, boy, you kidding? Nothing can beat that.
I was talking to a friend not so long ago where I was like, man, women look great. Like, seriously. God damn. But midriff is like my weakness. I think that was like, thanks to Starfire back when I was young, I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. Like, what her stomach showing? Ooh.
Yeah, someone said like a thing for me because like on my like Ty Lee video, because I mentioned like all the girls I had crushes on, they were like, Ty Lee, Starfire, Lola Bunny. I'm starting to see a pattern, and I'm just like, yeah, their bellies are showing.
Midriff is great.
It's because we all grew up in the '90s where that was a thing.
Misty had it.
Yeah, she did.
Misty is 10 years old. I just found that.
Hey, we were same age.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking about that Kurt Ritchie video where he's like, Misty, that's a dime. And when I say dime, I mean like literally she's like 10.
Yeah.
I love that.
Even Jenny, XJ9 has midriff.
Metal one.
Yeah, metal one.
What's her mother's name? I forget.
Kim Possible has a midriff too.
Her mother?
Everywhere.
What's her name?
Wakeman.
Dr.
Wakeman.
Why did she make a robot with midriff? Is she?
XJ9! Cover yourself up, you slut!
No! Let's J9!
I'm not going to have...
Shut up, Paleo. Cancel this man. XJ9, I will keep that brat away from my wholesome Christian abode. So I think we all agree that that one kid from Teenage Robot was like the biggest simp in cartoons. What was his name?
Sheldon.
No, Sheldon.
Yeah, he was a total bitch.
What a bitch. All right, Palo, are there any final questions here? Because we're heading past the 2-hour point.
Yeah, I'll go off on this one from DJ Skywalker. It says, thoughts on Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam not being allowed to have guns in the new HBO Max Looney Tunes cartoons.
Well, they haven't
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, they haven't had them for years though. Like that's why that whole joke in Looney Tunes show was super funny, was because like they had to take away their guns because they don't want to promote like gunplay on like a cartoon like that. So it's just like
I like that though. They got smart with it, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why it was like he got sent to court and had all his guns taken away, and it's just like you keep shooting in public, you're gonna hurt
the
someone.
writers of the Looney Tunes show don't get enough credit for taking Looney Tunes and running with it in a modern sense.
Yeah,
like that's really cool, and that's why Lola from that show is so delightful. It's because she's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I really think like the people who are like, where's Elmer Fudd with his gun? I'm like, you don't really care about Elmer Fudd. You just want to be pissed off. Like, I love Elmer Fudd.
It's funny, when we were watching the old Looney Tunes, like Elmer wasn't even like trying to shoot Bugs Bunny in the beginning. He was like either trying to photograph him or like.
What did he say? Or Elliot, what did he say?
Like how to photograph wildlife. Ah! Like Bugs drove him to hunting.
That was the Big Chungus episode too.
Yeah. Because he was either trying to photograph Bugs or he was just trying to relax in nature.
People are too quick to jump to conclusions. It's like, oh, big fucking deal. It's Elmer Fudd. If he's defined by his gun, then you missed the point. So yeah.
I have a couple super chats here, and then we'll end it. Mason Cortez. Let's see. Life is subjective. End of story. Bye bye. See you later. Okay.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Then Del18 says you consider integrating your Patreon rewards into YouTube memberships. I asked this because it might hold off on Patreon since a state tax system exists. Patreon, if you didn't know, is recently going to have a tax when you pledge now. So that's a heads up for everyone. But the memberships on YouTube are different as far as like what is cut,
don't they?
Huh?
Don't they take a much bigger cut?
Oh yeah, they do. But as far as rewards go, I can definitely still like put in like the Discord stuff. I think that's anything missing from Patreon as far as mine goes.
Yeah, Patreon's tightening their belt, aka tightening our belt. So I don't know. I was told that at this point, donating just $1 to Patreon is like you're doing it all for Patreon, not for the creator. So that's unfortunate. Corporations, fuck them. Fuck them all.
But still, it would be better for Patreon than YouTube membership, because YouTube membership still takes a much bigger cut.
So. It takes like it's about around like 6 or 7% plus tax now, whereas YouTube is still 30%,
yes,
right?
30%. Yeah,
which is insane.
Something I've been doing. Right.
I was just gonna say, as much as I want to throw Patreon under the bus because they're quickly becoming terrible, I'm pretty sure they're adding tax because it's in response to law being enacted in the United States. Since they're a business operating in the U.S., they have to collect sales tax.
Yeah.
Depending on certain rewards that you're offering, because some of them are now taxable under like federal law, which is pretty dumb.
One of the most interesting things to come from Patreon a few years ago was how they banned raffles because they saw it as a form of gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it was legal. And I was like, okay, that's weird, but I guess that makes sense. But yeah, craziness. I went on Twitch a few days ago, and I showed this to Paleo. I'm going around to random Twitch channels that have less than like 50 viewers.
and I'll ask them who would win, a gorilla or a bear in a fight. And I'm recording their answers, gonna make a giant compilation and just shit post the hell out of it. But that being said, it's kind of remarkable that a lot of these just chatting is a genre of Twitch. And I'm fine with that. You know what? Ultimately, it's like buyers beware. Do with your money as you want. That's fine. Twitch mods suck. Twitch moderation staff sucks. But that all being said, I see these Twitch streamers with like 30 people in their chat, and they're making upwards of like $1,000 a day. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm in the wrong job. Like these chicks are like, hi.
All they got to do.
All you gotta do is just keep it pushed, and that's it. And it's like, hey, you know what?
Play.
Yeah, Twitch isn't gonna crack down on that because they get a cut of all that money. So it's just like,
hey, buyers beware. That's the way I roll it. I'm straight up libertarian on this. I'm like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That being said, I've gotten some great answers. I show Palo.
Oh yeah, you show it. Yeah, well,
I'll show it later.
Yeah. But
had one person who was like, "What's a gorilla?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" All right, Palo, do your thing.
all right,
Close
yeah, we're gonna close it out. So yeah, next podcast will be on the 22nd. So yeah, not sure. Oh yeah, there's gonna be the PS5 thing this Thursday, so we can talk about that next time.
hell yeah.
AMD stock. Woo woo.
Seriously, they're crushing it across the board right now. It's disgusting.
AMD calls. Let's go.
All right, so we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Bye, me.
Jax Flex. Your muscles are better than mine. It's like you're a professional bodybuilder or something.
Yeah.